Hey, this is Brett the Hitman Hart, and you're listening to the Smacked Raw podcast.
Watch. Okay, well, has this always been a thing? Where have I been?
What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Smacked Raw podcast, the first night of the WWE Draft, SmackDown edition. We are your host, Kyle Tyson, and of course, Miss Katie Baby. Fucking Katie, man. Katie, this draft has got people so mixed up. It's got people mixed.
Awful.
Awful? Was it awful?
And, why have your champions get involved if we know they're going to stay on the same brand?
I don't know, man. I don't know. I mean, honestly, if you think about it, tonight could be summed up with the one major angle that got everybody in their feels, everybody emotional. It was very dramatic, long waited. I, of course, am talking about the return of Lars Sullivan. Everybody is all over this. No, I'm just kidding. New Day broke up, man. New Day broke up.
So sad.
Oh my God, man. I was kind of emotional. That's 6 years. 6 years. I want to say I read a stat last year that they were the longest running stable to not turn on each other.
Well, I mean, they still haven't turned on each other. They just got drafted to different brands.
Right.
But still.
Yeah, man. Fucking 6 years and you break them up. It was so obvious, though.
Mm-hmm.
Like, the writing was on the wall, like, super early in the show. Yeah, man. Anyways, if you guys are new to the show, we're a wrestling recap podcast. You catch us live on twitch.tv/puttingyouover. Catch our shows on YouTube. Just search for our name, Smacked Raw Podcast. We're on pretty much everywhere you can find podcasts at audio-wise. And, of course, we are the exclusive recap show for WrestlingNewsWorld.com. Check out that website. They have awesome articles and writers. Everything from interviews, hot takes, retro recaps. A lot of fun, man. Check out their premium content as well. And then if you are in the mood to spend a little bit of money and support your wrestling creators, check out our Patreon, patreon.com/SmackDraw Podcast. We got stickers, we got t-shirts. We'll go ahead and actually sponsor you too as well for $25. We'll plug whatever you got going on throughout the month. It's a lot of fun. We really appreciate all the love and support that we get. So yeah, check us out at Patreon. And thank you guys for even taking interest, man. But back to SmackDown WWE Draft night one. Oh man. So look, couple things, man. I'm gonna come out and say it. I don't mind the champ staying put. I actually wanted them to stay put.
Yeah.
Yeah, I really did not want to send Roman over to Raw. Roman really feels like he puts SmackDown on his back and he makes the show worth watching.
For sure.
Yeah. Drew gets called up to main roster a couple years ago as Dolph Ziggler's lackey.
Mm-hmm.
Fast forward, he is the #1 draft pick in WWE. Way to go, Drew McIntyre. And then I'm going to come out and say it, man. I'm happy they split up New Day. I am. I'm happy, man.
Monster.
It's not like I disliked them. I think there creates intrigue. Honestly, Big E's crushing it right now by himself. You know, the moment Kofi and Xavier Woods showed up in disguise, secure, it was really nice. It was touching and shit. But you have to admit, it's like, I was kind of feeling the spotlight Big E had on him. You know?
Yeah.
They've
been together for so long. It just feels wrong breaking them up.
I know. I love it.
You're a monster.
I do, man. I do. I'm happy to see it. Let Kofi and Xavier go. Make even more records and break more records with those tag team titles. They already hold the longest reign. I mean, the New Day holds that as a collective because they were doing the Freebird rule. But now let them go capture like the most tag titles, like to hold championships. Let them be the Ric Flair of tag champs. And then of course down the road they'll be reuniting. I don't know if they'll ever get back as a stable. And who knows? Maybe night 2, maybe a month down the road. You know what they do? They do trades and wonky shit.
People don't stay on their brands. Certain people get mad about them not staying on their brands.
Yeah, exactly, right? So, I mean, it's not like they'll never be a stable again. I don't think they will be, but it's just my initial gut reaction. But yeah, man. So I mean, I didn't mind it too much. It did hurt though. It did hurt. It stung. It stung watching that Band-Aid get pulled. What else? We got the stipulation for the Hell in the Cell match. What'd you think about that?
That it's an I Quit match?
Yeah. I'm for it, man. I mean, if there's ever a type of match that lends itself to I Quit, Hell in the Cell would be up there. Can you picture it? Like Roman Reigns holding like Jey Uso off the top of the cell by his throat, about to drop him, and like about to murder him and kill him. Would be fucking dope. And then
go with you and your murder.
And then Jay just like squeaks out like that, I quit. And then Roman
drops him
murders him anyways.
God. You're sick.
I'm just saying, man. I'm saying.
You love murder. I don't understand.
I love murder and wrestling. I do. I don't know why.
Murder.
Kayfabe murder.
Can't.
Oh man. I mean that was a lot of the big stuff, right? Yeah, that was pretty much all the big stuff. Yeah, let's go ahead. You want to get into the recap? So we kicked off the show with Stephanie McMahon. She's the one conducting the draft. Raw ends up picking right out the gate Drew McIntyre, Asuka, and the Hurt Business. Happy to see the Hurt Business staying together. Didn't care what brand they landed on. Love them together. Which I think Raw's good anyways. When you think there's more screen time for them.
Yeah, and plus they have this weird thing with Retribution right now, so like it would have made sense for them to stay on Raw, which they're smart and they kept them there.
Yeah, so I mean I'm for that. SmackDown gets its first picks, which was Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins. Do you think this whole rumored heel faction that Roman might be trying to form, you think Seth could find his way into that?
I don't think. I mean, I'm still under the impression that Seth's taking time off soon. Because, I mean, with Becky.
Oh, yeah, that baby's on the way, too. That's right.
Yeah, so I think. I mean, this is the first time he's been on SmackDown. I think.
Yeah, that I can recall. Yeah, I can't recall him being on SmackDown.
Because last draft he was still on Raw, so yeah. I mean,
because he was always Monday Night Rollins, Monday Night Messiah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, new people for him to face. I mean, even though the Mysterios are there too, but besides the fact.
Yeah. So what did you think when Seth was like, we're done with the Mysterio stuff, right? It felt good. Felt real good. WWE.
They said no. Well, I mean, Murphy's considered a free agent now, so.
Right. Murphy's gonna land on SmackDown.
Oh,
the whole act is getting moved to SmackDown.
Everyone's going to SmackDown now.
You think Aaliyah's gonna stay on Raw? You know what I mean? Aaliyah and Angie are Raw talent, just personalities, conducting interviews, getting in love triangles.
No, because Murphy goes to SmackDown, Aaliyah's gonna fall into SmackDown. if he goes to SmackDown.
But Aaliyah's gonna follow Ray more than Murphy. And then what's Murphy gonna do? Just be texting her from Raw? From
LOL,
his
I miss
iPad?
you. Come back from his iPad.
Yeah.
God damn it.
Yeah, Ben. Yeah, backstage, Seth Rollins is being interviewed. He's upset that he won't see the Mysterio family implode. However, he is happy that the greater good is heading to Friday nights.
All about the greater good.
It feels good to play that.
Did you botch it this time, or did you actually get it right?
No, that was good that time.
Oh, proud of you.
Yeah,
Good
yeah.
job, bud.
Oh man! Apparently something's going on with Twitter, according to Vince.
I'm going to look right now. Now he's got me
Go
freaking
ahead.
intrigued.
I'll go into the Falls Count Anywhere match while you look it up.
Okay.
So the night kicks off with Big E taking on Sheamus. This match was God brutal, man. It was a lot of fun too. It was really quick. Just no fat in this match, just working its way from one spot to the other. It starts off with Big E finding some giant bootios under the ring. I think this was kind of like silly but symbolic, because we had to get the silliness out of the way, because by the end of the match there was no silliness going on. Big E pulls out a kendo stick. However, he doesn't get to use it. Sheamus wraps Big E's arms up in the ropes, kind of like the Dominic Mysterio spot, and Sheamus takes the kendo stick to him a few times. Afterwards, Sheamus crawls under the ring. Very creatively, Big E duct tapes Sheamus's feet together, takes some kendo stick shots to him. They go to commercial break. When they return, Big E is beating Sheamus to the backstage with said kendo stick. However, Sheamus regains control, drags Big E to catering. This was pretty mean-spirited. Pours flour and eggs all over Big E. Just makes a mess of him. After which, Big E then grabs grabs brooms, two of them, breaks them over Sheamus one after another. At this point in the match, commentary is really pushing that Big E is shedding the silliness and is tapping into that serious side. So actually a little bit of storytelling with this match, surprisingly. Sheamus is tackled into the parking lot. As Big E goes to attack him, Sheamus takes a crowbar to him, white noise through a windshield, and then batters Big E with a car door, puts him in a trunk and attempts to break his arm with slamming the trunk door down on it. Big E stops it, avoids a bro kick, powerbombs Sheamus onto a table, and then hits a big ending. Or no, powerbombs Sheamus onto a car and then hits a big ending through a table, picks up the win. Both men covered in blood on their arms and legs and back. It was a really brutal car crash of a match. I thoroughly enjoyed it, however. And then afterwards, of course, was when we got the reveal that Kofi Kingston was there, disguised as security, and so was the returning Xavier Woods. New Day, for the moment, has reunited. However, as they're doing the New Day Rocks chants, Sheamus comes off a little apprehensive, a little tentative. You couldn't really tell if it was from the damage of the match or if maybe it was bittersweet seeing his friends from the New Day. Did you actually, I know you said that you kept up with the show on Twitter. Did you happen to catch any of this match?
Very small pieces of it. I wasn't home, so I was trying to stay updated.
Yeah. The guys are roasting me here that you're not going to get a chance to cover the match. You guys, Katie didn't really get to watch the show.
No, they're not talking about the match. They're talking about Triple H's likes.
Oh, shit. Okay, what was it, by the way?
A screen capture. It's in our group chat. A screen capture from a certain film Lars did.
Triple H put this out?
He liked a. You just have to check the group chat.
No, I know the screen cap you're talking about. The Mitch. And Triple H ended up liking it.
Yeah, my favorite Lars Sullivan match is, and then a picture of.
Oh god, that's rough. And Triple H like that?
Yeah.
Are we sure it wasn't
It's-
like one of the imposter accounts? Like, do you see
No,
the
it's
verified?
yeah. Like I went to the verified Twitter and checked myself.
That's rough, man.
I just don't know how to feel about it.
That's your boss. That's the man who's
Yeah.
like mentoring you. Like, fuck.
Yeah. See, now they can stop giving me shit in the chat. I said it. So, there.
I was gonna let you say it.
They act like I wasn't going to. God, I was being polite and letting you talk about the match, and I kept getting distracted by all of them.
Oh well. Oh man. Anyways, oh, poor Lars, man. Poor Lars. Up next, Jey Uso. Oh, by the way, really quick, before we get into the Jey Uso Roman Reigns promo, if come Thanksgiving we don't get a video, like holiday video of the Usos and Roman Reigns arguing over where everyone sits, like this feud will have been for absolutely nothing. I'm just telling you right now.
Did you tweet that or did you put that in our chat?
No, I tweeted it, but yeah. is true though. It's true. That just, it writes itself for your, because you know how WWE, they always do their silly holiday like videos and commercials and shit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I would actually pay to see that. I want it to happen now.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, man. I'm telling you. Well, anyways, so Jey Uso's out in the ring. He calls out Roman Reigns. He's interrupted by Paul Heyman, of course, on the Titantron, who cuts a promo. He warns Jey of becoming too ambitious. Runs a replay from Clash of Champions where Jey was just absolutely battered. However, Roman Reigns is there. He cuts a promo sitting behind a desk looking like $1 million, like a mafia boss. Like, everything they've done for Roman's character has been perfect. From the promos he cuts to the imagery. Oh, it's so good. Roman tells a story of a saying his dad used to say. And it was, in wrestling, believe nothing that you hear and half of what you see. And then he says, he at that point unveils Hell in a Cell will also be an I Quit match for the first time. Still claims that he just wants to help Jey and that he loves Jey, which is a nice character. Like, I do like that, man.
Yeah.
It makes him so detestable. And still claiming that when he wins, there will be real consequences. Like I said, dangling off the cell. Like,
Oh my God. But like the sad thing is I can picture it happening and I don't like the image in my head.
it's like 2 broken legs, a broken pelvis, ruptured spleen, dead. Like, you know.
Just holding a carcass. No. What's wrong with you?
He's telling Jey with his dying breath. Call me your chief.
You're literally a monster.
I'm telling you, man, it'd be so good. Be so good. All right. Backstage, you can see Stephanie and Adam Pearce going over picks. Can we just make it official already? Adam Pearce has got to be consulted about the picks, and yet this dude is not an authority figure. Come on, man.
He's literally the fucking GM of Raw. Like,
please just, yes, he's the GM of both, of Raw and SmackDown. He's the GM of both, man. Which, like I said, the way that they portray him is fine. He's only seen and heard when he needs to be. He's not like an ongoing character in a story. You just break him out when it calls for it. What the hell in the chat? What did I miss? Ritter telling me to take my shirt off. He's got $20. Because
they were talking about D-Rod streaming naked.
Yeah, D-Rod streams naked over at twitch.tv/DRod2222. Everyone knows that. He streams WWE 2K20 absolutely naked. Go watch him. But why are you telling me to take my shirt off? Jesus.
I can't. This is great.
Yeah. Anyways.
Anyways.
D-Rod says, my plug finally. D-Rod, your plugs were for September, bro.
Yeah, now here you are plugging them for free.
Yeah, I know. That was a freebie. All right. Just make sure that, you know, you live up to your end of the deal when new people come over to watch. Anyways, Stephanie announces that the New Day are going to get a title shot at Nakamura and Cesaro. Why? I don't know.
It's because they have no tag teams.
Yeah, exactly. However, it's obviously for plot. Second round of draft picks, Raw picks. AJ Styles, saw that coming a mile away. Naomi, and then the Raw, or not the Raw, but the women's tag champs, Nia Jax and Shayna Baszler. The titles, however, can still travel. It's just if they lose, they remain on Raw. Yeah. SmackDown ended up getting Sasha Banks, Bianca Belair, those are the two. And then afterwards, we get like a cell phone video from AJ Styles' Twitch room. He's offended that SmackDown didn't make him the number one pick. Dude, AJ, we knew AJ was going to Raw. Behind the scenes with the Paul Heyman stuff. And then AJ Styles and Seth Rollins, they kind of fit the same spot on the show. They're like a really strong, like, they have very similar like in-ring styles and almost like characters. Like it's you know, and look. Yeah. Ritter, I see your comment, and although it's not enough to warrant kicking you out of the chat, however, I cannot read that on air. Anybody wondering, you're just gonna have to tune into our Twitch streams, find out what Matt Ritter's talking about. So tag team, got a tag team match. This was the first spot of the night. Which do you like more? The Hardy Bros, because it's Matt and Jeff Hardy, Matt Riddle and Jeff Hardy, or Broetry in Motion?
I mean, they both suck. Let's be real here. And I kind of like Broetry in Motion. It sounds cooler.
The Corey Graves was taunting Michael Cole, like, how long till you say it? And then early in the match, they do the Poetry in Motion spot, except it's so Riddle gets hands and knees, Jeff jumps off his back, and they call it the Broetry in Motion, like a minute after they say, like, when can we say it? Hardly talented. Anyways, the match was pretty much a throwaway match. They took on Miz and Morrison. They beat them in like 3 minutes is what it felt like. Of course, this was not for that purpose. It was actually for the return of Lars Sullivan. It came out, his hair and thank God his facial hair is better. And he came out laid waste to 3 of the 4 guys in the ring. Morrison was the only one who escaped. Miz, Jeff Hardy, and Matt Riddle all got laid out. Kayfabe wise, that's the reason why Jeff missed like a year of wrestling, was Lars Sullivan beat him and Matt Hardy down, and Jeff Hardy was out with a knee injury for that year. And it was due to Lars Sullivan attack.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. What I'm wondering is, does this mean Lars goes straight after the IC title? Come put a belt on him right away? Is he a new feud for Matt Riddle?
I don't know what they're gonna do with him.
Beat random people down?
I mean, I don't know. I mean, isn't he in the draft pool now for Monday?
Yes. Yeah, he's available to be drafted on Monday. He has to end up on the opposite show of Braun Strowman.
Yes.
Is the way I look at it. You can't put him and Braun on the same show. So yeah. Braun's scheduled for a match at the quote-unquote season premiere of SmackDown next week against Roman Reigns. So I guess that kind of leads you to believe that this was just used for his return. He'll probably end up on Monday Night Raw, I guess.
Do you think they'll start throwing him in Raw Underground if it makes a return? I
don't think it's coming back.
You don't think?
I don't think so. They're not mentioning it. WWE, none of their social medias are plugging it. I think they scrapped it finally.
It's finally dead.
Yeah, I mean, you have Arturo Ruas and Dabba-Kato are both in the draft pool next or on Monday as well. Yes.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, it looks like they're done with it.
Darn.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. I wanted to like it. I really did. I wanted them to do something with it, but you knew it was doing nothing. Like,
what's gonna happen with the doorman, the bouncer?
I think he's available in the draft too. Jordan, I think his name is. I think it's.
Is he actually?
Yeah, I think he's in it, man. I think he's in the draft pool. Dude, Jordan needs to be Shane McMahon's enforcer. Their bromance is awesome.
You do love their bromance.
Yeah, their chemistry is great, man. I mean, even if his character is just, like Shane McMahon's lackey, just helping him out with everyday stuff. It doesn't even have to be wrestling related. We could just get like footage of them like, shopping and hanging out and playing Xbox and shit, Like,
I mean, I'd be down to see it.
Yeah, like bullying some kid out of his like PS5 pre-order, like when they launch. Like Shane's like, I want that PS5, but I couldn't get a pre-order, and so he sends Jordan, and he takes it from like a child and his grandma. I'm here for it, man. I'll be down for that story.
Oh my god, I can't with you.
Yeah. Anyways, what was up next? Oh yeah. The third round pick. It's announced, Lars is added to the Raw draft pool. Raw picks up, they maintain Ricochet, Mandy Rose, and they pick up Miz and Morrison as a tag team. SmackDown retains Jey Uso and then drafts the entire Mysterio family.
Basically.
Yes. More specifically, Dominic and Rey Mysterio, which they cut backstage, and Rey and Dom are happy they didn't get split up. Rey says, Seth thought he was done with the past, but he didn't know the past isn't done with him. And then we were all like, fuck. We were done with the past too, man.
We're over it.
God damn it, man. Oh. Damn it.
Christ.
You catch the Sasha and Bailey match?
No. I didn't see like anything about it.
Yeah, it was hot garbage. It was like a non-finish. They started the match, and within literally just a couple minutes, after just trading some pin attempts, no one ever really got like truly the upper hand. Bailey was able to get outside, and she instantly grabbed the chair that she brought to the ring, hit Sasha with it, got DQ'd. Sasha turns it around and starts taking the chair to Bailey, and then gets her in that little guillotine spot where she puts Bailey's head in the chair, and she's going to stomp it, but Bailey scurries off. Later on, we get a Sasha promo that they're going to obviously carry this on inside Hell in a Cell. Cool thing, Sasha Banks will be the first woman be in 3 Hell in a Cell matches, man.
And all 3 of those are against the
3 other horsewomen. Yeah. You think it'll main event?
I don't know.
I think it should.
Because much.
I mean, but if we're gonna,
might.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, I was gonna say it might. I just don't know.
I say it should, unless we're gonna murder Jey Uso. I think you close the show with Jey Uso being tossed off the cell. Like, hell, they even run the copyright logo while he's dangling, and then like just as he's tossed, it just cuts to black. Yes, he's so dramatic. You open up Raw the next night with the vignette, like in loving memory and shit. Jey Uso, he's dead. Yeah.
Are you okay? Do you want to talk about your feelings?
No, man. I'm just working through some stuff right now. So
You wanting to murder Jey Uso?
Backstage, Kevin Owens preparing for his match. He's confronted by Alexa Bliss. She just tells him, let him in. And then we head over to the big moment of the night. The New Day taking on Nakamura and Cesaro. By the way, if y'all didn't catch it, New Day had Nickelodeon-inspired attire. So Xavier Woods and Kofi Kingston, their ring attire was paying tribute to Reptar from Rugrats. And then Big E, on the back of his like cape jacket thing that he wears, had the All Out logo, like center of it. Yeah,
that's awesome.
I
love them.
Some heavy Nickelodeon inspired 90s Nickelodeon inspired gear. That was pretty cool. It was honestly, dude, it was so good to see Xavier Woods back in the ring.
I need to watch it for Xavier Woods because I love Xavier.
It was really good. He this is his first match back since last October. It's been a year since he was in the ring. Yep, been a whole year. It's crazy to see Xavier Woods and Ember Moon both return within a week of each other. Both of them out for extensive period of time due to the Achilles injury. They both had the same injury. Yeah,
that's weird that they both did come back at like the same time.
It was interesting, man. Anyways, the match was a slow start for New Day. However, shortly after like the first commercial break in the match, Xavier Woods and Kofi Kingston really start to pick up the offense. Xavier Woods hitting his like jumping through the ropes into a tornado DDT. Kofi Kingston bounces off the apron, off the ropes, into a tornado DDT on the outside. Both of the spots are pretty cool. Cesaro tries to set up Kofi for the swing so Nakamura can hit that Kinshasa combo that they do. Woods holds on to Shinsuke, allowing Kofi to hit the Trouble in Paradise on both guys. Xavier Woods hits that like rope walk elbow drop. They pick up the victory. Big E comes out. He had been absent the whole time. And he comes out. He's all bandaged up. They're all celebrating together. New Day are now, oh, fudge. Like, what is it? Like 9-time champs? They're up there, man.
I think 9.
7, 8, 9, something like that. I know it's not 10 yet, but it's right
at
it. They're all celebrating. Before they could even finish celebrating, Stephanie just cuts them off. Time for the 4th and final draft pick, and it's like you just knew it. Starts off, Raw drafts the new SmackDown Tag Team Champions, Kofi Kingston, Xavier Woods. The camera cuts over to the guys. They're in shock. Xavier Woods is yelling out to Stephanie and just yelling, say Big E. Say Big E too. Stephanie reluctantly, she didn't look all happy about it. But she was like, SmackDown drafts Big E. And at that moment, you feel it all sink in. You're going through a tidal wave of emotions. You're all sad. And then all the other draft picks are just kind of like white noise in the background. You're just focusing on the guys. And then the rest of the picks weren't even that big. I mean, no offense, but Raw picked up Jesus, where are we at?
Dana.
Yeah, there we go. Dana Brooke and Angel Garza. SmackDown picked up Otis. So yeah, man, it was rough feeling.
Talking about it made me sad.
Yeah, man, it was real. 6 years seeing this team. You go through them. You hear the interviews. They're not gonna break them up, and they pretty much can just run as long as they want. And you know what's crazy is they don't even seem like they got stale. The only reason why I was apprehensive on seeing them tonight is, like I said, it was starting to really feel good watching Big E get that push and that spotlight. So yeah, cool, man. I'm happy they broke them up.
I mean, yeah, like obviously Big E deserves a chance to shine in the spotlight by himself, but like you had to take away Kofi and Xavier to do it. You couldn't have just had them be the tag champs and Ego for the title? Like, no?
Because
That'd
then
be
it
just
just
rude.
because like Biggie wouldn't really fit. They're really pushing this narrative that Biggie needs to be serious.
Mm-hmm.
And
Well,
shed a lot of his goofy personality. And when you introduce the New Day as a group, that's going to be counterproductive. And
yeah.
I get where you can come in and say, well, he can be goofy out the ring and then turn it on in the ring. But that's really not what they're going for with him right now. They really want him as not necessarily like a no-nonsense guy, but they want this dude dialed in. They want him, they're grooming him to be a big star, to be, which is crazy to think as long as he's been in WWE. Yeah, so I get it. It wouldn't really fit the current narrative that they're pushing. And this allows Kofi and Xavier Woods guilt-free to keep on with their characters. I believe, just like the news reports, they're all still going to be technically New Day. I don't think Big E's going to get a repackage.
Yeah.
I think all three of them are still going to represent New Day, just on different brands. We're just not going to get that rumored Xavier Woods as the traveling manager between the two guys. So
Still sad.
it is sad, man. It's sad, but it had to happen. Apparently, the draft will actually continue tomorrow morning on Talking Smack on the WWE Network. We're going to get a bunch of nothing picks on that at all. I feel bad because anybody that's on the show, I'm going to feel bad for saying it's nothing.
Yeah. I mean, it's true though. Like, who actually watches Talking Smack? I watched it when it was like Renee and Daniel, like, after SmackDown, but now I don't watch it because I don't care.
But they're also just not going to unveil like some huge shocking like reveals on a morning show. They're going to save it for their big network cable shows.
They're going to save it for Monday night.
Yeah, exactly. Otis is worried about Tucky. So I was like, they drafted me, Money in the Bank, and it's like they didn't get you, Tucky. And Tucker was like, look, don't worry about it. You got to worry about this lawsuit. And I was like, oh yeah, Otis is being sued.
That's
completely forgot about all that. By the way, does Miz contact his lawyer and file a lawsuit against Lars Sullivan now? I mean,
maybe he does.
You at this point, you sue everybody, right? Anytime you get jumped.
That's what I would do.
This story has fallen so far apart, man. Like Mandy Rose. Once Mandy Rose was out of it, like what's the weight in it? Well, anyways, Otis is served a notice. Says that the Miz is filed for a continuance, which prolongs the court case. Yeah. Which I always thought that stuff happens in the courtroom. You file for it. I don't know.
It usually does.
Yeah. I'm not going to sit here and say I go to court that often, but
I have been in a courtroom before for my internship, so I've seen this happen.
I'll just say anytime that I filed for a continuance, I either had to be present or I had to contact my lawyer, be like, "Hey, man, give me another month on this traffic ticket." But anyways, then we got the main event. Fiend against Kevin Owens. Weird thing here to think about. This is kind of like a throwback to our boy Sebastian we haven't seen in a while. The Fiend comes out for his entrance, right? They cut to commercial. After commercial, they come back. They're plugging Monday Night Raw. They're plugging Talking Smack. They're plugging next week's SmackDown. They're plugging Progressive Auto Insurance. The Fiend stood out there for like 10 minutes, man, just in the ring. Thank God there's no live audience, because that would just be silly for his character. It just stuck out to me. It just stuck out.
Stupid.
Anyways, this match was fairly typical Fiend match. I mean, it was fun to see him on SmackDown. Of course, his first match on SmackDown. Fiend starts out super strong, hitting the crossbody. Hits a clothesline on Kevin Owens on the outside. Hits LSG's Cradle Slam. I will always call it LSG's Cradle Slam. And then hits a Uranagi and Sister Abigail onto the commentary table. They go to commercial. We come back. Owens is eating another Uranagi in the ring, followed by Bray trying to break his neck. Owens mounts his comeback. He hits 3 super kicks, 2 cannonballs, a DDT on the outside, a frog splash from the ring apron to the floor, and a pop-up powerbomb through the announce table twice. Bray still just marches forward, beats the count, hits the mandible claw on Kevin Owens, who does turn it into a stunner, but Bray doesn't let go. And then ends up picking up the victory after he does his like mandible claw, like choke slam, like deal, gets the pin, pins Kevin Owens, beats him, and then lights go out. They come back on, and the Fiend and Alexa Bliss are at the top of the ring, like just staring at each other, looking like they want to make out. And then that's what you think cuts off Raw, but then you get this awkward segue, or SmackDown, excuse me. You get this awkward segue. Like as like the closing shot, and then it's like, by the way, Roman Reigns faces Braun Strowman for the Universal title on the season premiere of SmackDown next week. See ya. And yeah, that was it. That closed out SmackDown. It was a weird note, man. It was a weird note.
Why would they do that?
I don't know, man. WWE's funny, man. They're real funny, like they are. But
so strange.
Yeah, so I mean that was a. Oh, I'm seeing the tweet now.
Yep.
Yeah. That's a rough tweet, man. Poor Lars. Look, man. At some point, you gotta let somebody try and be a better person. In my opinion, I ain't gonna sit here and defend him, but I'm just like, I knew it's. You always knew the second Lars's face popped up again on television, it just whirlwind of some nasty stuff online. But yeah. Overall, though, SmackDown WWE draft. I know you didn't get to see it, but my description. What'd you think?
Your description makes me want to go watch it.
Yeah, it was easy to watch.
Yeah, I mean, it was easy to stay updated. You guys in the chat made it very easy. And then just I stayed on like WWE on Fox. I stayed on their Twitter page and just kept refreshing every few minutes.
Yeah.
It worked.
Oh man. I'm just seeing on one more tweet to mention. You know how that popular "how it started, how it's going" tweet?
Yeah.
WWE on Fox's Twitter account posted how it started, and it's a picture of New Day when they started, and then on the "how's it going," it's a screen cap from tonight as they broke up. That's WWE on Fox Twitter handle. If you do not follow them, you need to follow that Twitter handle. It is.
They are savage and hysterical.
It is very good. Man.
God damn it.
But yeah, that's our show. If you guys are still watching live, stick around. We'll be right back. Of course, make sure to check out all our shows later this week. Of course, we got Raw coming up Monday. Katie, you'll have your laptop.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, sweet, man. Check out Katie's AEW recap. We'll try to get NXT. We missed NXT this week. My bad. And then of course we'll be back. Yeah, it's all the normal shows. And then definitely be on the lookout for unpopular wrestling opinions. Hit me up on Twitter at the Kai Tai Show, or tweet the show directly at SmackDrawPod if you want to be a guest on the show. Because it's official, man. I'm looking, bringing it back. Hopefully as soon as Tuesday or Thursday.
That's so quick. I'm so excited.
Look, the chat's calling us AW marks because we got AW.
Every time.
Look, don't blame me that the NXT host had to quit. Okay, just throwing it out there. No, I'm kidding. It really was my fault, man. I didn't have a chance to watch NXT.
I still haven't watched NXT from this week.
Yeah. But man, like always, you guys, y'all have a good one. A lot of murder. I should probably get that checked out.
I used to be a psychology major. I can probably talk to you about